Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. I hope you all are doing well. In the previous videos, we discussed about IELTS academic writing task 1 and some reading and listening tips. However, today's session is about IELTS speaking and I'm going to mention two methods that you can use to make a cue card. Without any delay, let's start with the video now. So let's start from the very first method that we have here. On the screen you can see this cue card and I'll be using this cue card as an example so that you can understand the first method. So first thing I would like to mention, always try to develop a story in your cue card, otherwise you might not be able to speak for 2 minutes, which is the requirement of the task. Here let's start with the very first method. So here you can see that we have total 4 cues and we will be using these 4 cues to make a story. First of all, the question is describe a course that impressed you a lot. And the very first cue is asking what the course was about. Let's discuss and answer the questions here. So first you could say that the answer I've mentioned is English speaking. You can mention anything. You can mention maybe some digital course. You can mention cooking course or any course that you might have done. And it is going to be totally fine. Do not pay much attention to the ideas. The main thing is how you develop your idea. Now, the second cue is asking where you took the course. So here you could say online, maybe you saw advertisement and you thought it was time saving because it was online, it was going to save you time. This is why you opted for this course. Remember to develop your ideas. These are just the keywords that I've written. You are supposed to develop ideas around these keywords. Third cue here is what did you do during the course? So I took live classes, maybe I solved some worksheets, I communicated with the other learners. You will be developing your story around that and it will take you a couple of sentences. And lastly, the last cue is asking, explain why it impressed you a lot. Here again, you can mention 2 or 3 points and 3 points that I've mentioned improved my communication skills. This is why I was impressed by it, and friendly and supportive teachers. And lastly, it was quite easy since it was online and I was doing it from the comfort of my home. So by covering all of these 4 cues, you can make a very coherent story and you will be able to speak for 2 minutes. And this is all you need to do in the first method to make a cue card. However, the second method is going to take your speaking to another level because in this way, you will be making your cue card more like an experience that you're sharing with the examiner rather than just taking like a test. So here's what I mean by that. So when you are attempting second method 2, instead of just relying on all these 4 cues, you add in extra information. You talk about the transformation here, about the past incident that is having at your present life, or maybe a certain outcome you might be expecting for the future, or it will be bringing in your future. So for example, here, once you have mentioned the story that you did this course and you took online classes and you end up developing and improving your communication skills, you can talk about how is it going at present or how your life has changed because you have now taken this course, something like this. So here you can answer how the course has impacted you. Now you don't feel any hesitation when you're talking with other people in English, and similarly you're able to express your ideas much clearly, and it has given you a boost to your confidence level, and you feel much more, you could say that improved version of yourself. Anything you can mention here. Similarly, you can mention something, for the future also. For example, most of the companies nowadays expect their employees to have better communication skills, and the learning and knowing multiple languages really gives you an edge when it comes to getting selected for certain job profiles. So here, by mentioning all this, covering these cues, you are not only able to make a cue card, but you're making it more like a life experience. Again, you can use any of these methods and both are going to be totally helpful to you. When you will be practicing different cue cards, you'll be knowing what is working out for you, and whatever works out for you, according to that, you can go ahead with that.